Hello and welcome back to the Southern Sideboard Cooks. I'm Craig Hall. Today I'm going to be making what you see right here. Now that's just not any old cheeseburger. That cheeseburger is made out of brisket that I trimmed from a brisket some time back. I'm going to get it out of the freezer. We're going to grind it. And I made these buns right here from scratch. Hey, it's going to be good. So come on in here close and let's get started. And let me show you what you can do in the kitchen. Come on. This is some brisket trim that I vacuum packed and put in the freezer in August, 26th of August to be exact. I've thawed it out. I'm going to cut it up in some pieces. I'm going to put it on this sheet right here. I'm going to cut all the big chunks into smaller pieces so they'll fit in the grinder and trim off all the excess fat. I'm going to put this in the freezer for about half an hour so it can firm up, and then we're going to grind it and we're going to go to the grill. I'll be right back. It's a half hour later and I'm running all these partially frozen brisket chunks through the grinder attachment on my KitchenAid mixer. It does a real good job, and if you've got a mixer you can buy one of these little attachments off of Amazon for $20 or $30. It's money well spent. Anything that you trim off of a brisket or a Boston butt, you can run it right through this little thing and make sausage, you can make hamburger, you can make whatever you want. And this right here is 1.5 pounds of ground brisket. Alright, we're going in with the dry ingredients. That's the salt, pepper, and the wet ingredients. We got some Worcestershire sauce, got some olive oil, we got some fresh garlic. I just minced it. And last but not least, some basil leaves. And now I'm going to give this a good mix. I want to be sure that I don't over mix it. And once I got it like I want it, I'm going to pat it out into burgers. So I ended up with 1.5 pounds of ground brisket. I'm just going to make 3 patties and then I'll be on to the next step. Here I'm pouring out the dough. It's been proofing for 1.5 hours. And if you'd like to know how to make your own homemade hamburger buns, just see the link at the end of this video and you can make them yourself. And this is where we get to the good part. It's where we turn this raw ground brisket into cooked and juicy cheeseburger. It's going to be good and it's easy. One thing you want to remember is burgers don't take that long to cook. If you overcook them, they won't be juicy. These have been on about 3.5 minutes. I'm going to flip each one of them over. I'm going to close that lid, let them go for about another 3 minutes, and they will be done, and they will be good and juicy. And just like that, these burgers is ready for the cheese. I'm going to put 2 slices of cheese on each one of them because these are brisket burgers, and that makes them special. These burgers is done. I wish you could smell this. The whole neighborhood is drooling. It's time to assemble this burger. And I love mayonnaise. You need to use whatever you love. I always have mayonnaise on hand and ketchup. Pickles. One of my favorite things is extra pickles. Jalapenos. Love some jalapenos. Looking good to me. A few chips and this plate is done. Here we are in the kitchen. It's time to get a taste of this. I had some leftover brisket meat and I ground it into burger. I estimate it's about 90-10, but you can't get no better hamburger than brisket. I made these buns from scratch. They may not be the prettiest hamburger buns I ever made, but they're homemade, they're fresh, and they taste really good. I'll have links to 2 videos at the end of this video. One is the burgers that I always make, and the other is how to make the buns. Let's don't over talk it and let's start tasting. Now that right there is a burger. That's a thick burger. It's got 2 layers of cheese. It's got ketchup, it's got mayo, it's got pickles and jalapenos, and that's what I like. Get me another bite. It takes a little bit more time to make your own buns and grind your own burger, but it's worth it because it's good. If you like what we're doing here at the Southern Side Boiled Cooks, subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so you know every time that I put out a new video, and I'll see you next time. Take care. But they do taste good. Shh.